day, I decided to listen to the advice that Ben Sindel gave me to read something without swear words because of the subject matter. And then someone else told me, how could I read something like this to a group of second graders? Well, this is how I would do it. Do space aliens poop? I'm sure that they do, but it's not nearly as disgusting as it is when humans go poo-poo, because space aliens have a higher level of consciousness. With that in mind, I have been around some people who have made me so horny, and I couldn't wait to have a chance to stick my dinky in their pretty little sphincter. But then they would start blowing farts, and they were stinky and smelly ones. The smell of a fart has such a disgusting and yucky smell that it causes my penis to turn soft. But a fart doesn't just have a yucky smell, but it also has a smell that is so evil and very evil. And the smell of a piece of fecal matter is very evil. It did not always stink real bad when someone made a poo-poo. Back in the year 1000 BC, people were able to go poo-poo, and it didn't stink. Also, if a man stuck his stinky up someone's bunghole, and if he got a piece of fecal matter on his pretty little pecker, it was considered sexy. Back in those days, people were taught to worship and appreciate the miracle of a bowel movement as a gift from God, because a bowel movement made fertilizer for Mother Earth. It was poo-poo that made it possible for fruits and vegetables to grow, and people would eat it. After they eat it, it would then be pooped out of their bunghole. I am a great poo-poo-yo, and I be peeping for my bunghole. This is what is known as the cycle of life, but some people refer to it as the cycle of turds. Life was so good back in those days, farmers would pay people money, and the only thing they needed to do was make a poo-poo. Nice work if you can get it. It was not unusual for a wife to have a bowel movement on her husband while they were in the middle of making love. And he would often say, honey, I find the aroma from your stool to be so enchanting. And tomorrow I'm going to take your turds to Farmer McDonald's, and he's going to give us some money. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had some turds from Mother Earth, E-I-E-O, with a poop-poop here and a poop-poop there, everywhere, poop-poop. Well, today people would consider having a bowel movement on someone while having sex to be gross, because people are stuck-up, judgmental idiots. But you have to remember that poo-poo didn't stink back in those days. Back in those days, there was very little crime because there wasn't any poverty. People felt good about themselves. They felt good about each other. And there was peace on earth and goodwill towards men. People even felt good about their own excrement. This did not sit too well with Lucifer. Satan knew that he could take over the world by causing your poo-poo to stink, and that's exactly what he did. Satan sent his demons all over the world, and they infected every human animal with germs and bacteria. And as soon as they went poo-poo, the smell was horrible. People started to hate themselves and each other because their poo-poo stank so bad. And this is what caused the first wars to break out and Christianity to be formed. Because Christianity is one of Satan's favorite religions, because it teaches and indoctrinates people into hating sex and hating themselves and hating each other. But the most important thing that it teaches is that having a man stick his pretty little pecker in a person's bunghole is a sin, because poo-poo comes out of your butthole, and it stinks off because of Satan, because Satan is a bad mother. Shut your mouth! There is only one way to take this planet back, and that is to allow the crystal children to have more power. And I happen to be one of the original crystal children, which is also known as having Asperger's syndrome. But it's the crystal children who are the ones who have imagination. Does that mean that being one of the crystal children means that your poo-poo won't stink? Unfortunately, their poo-poo stinks for choosing to have the incarnation of this planet of stupidity and crap. No pun intended. It stinks very bad when a cat makes a poo-poo, but cats are very angry at Satan for causing their poo-poo to stink. And it stinks so bad when the cat goes poo-poo, which is why they bury their turds when they make a poo-poo, because they're trying to send those turds to hell to be with the devil. Can you imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have to go poo-poo anymore? Imagine there's no more pooping. It's easy if you try. No sewers below us. Above us, only birds that don't leave the repulsive white splats of poo-poo all over the place. Imagine all the people living without having to go poo-poo. Ooh. They may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Yes, if I read this to a group of second graders, they would be laughing their ass off.
And their parents would be
All right, give us over to Reverend Pat D, everybody. I actually do think second graders would be laughing their ass off while their parents looked on in horror.
I kept the swear words out.
I know, Bill whispering at it, like, somehow it's so much dirtier. It's okay, it's just water. Wow, I lost my train of thought. Okay, I was thinking of whoa, that was an experience. All right. There was a, she's not in the room.